Hi guys, it's Bunny and welcome to today's video and welcome to another WWE reaction. This video was recommended by Kogun. I hope that doesn't mean anything bad, but he said please react to 10 wrestlers who admitted to using the steroids to enhance their body by WrestleMania. And I did find the exact video by WrestleMania, so I mean WrestleMania, not WrestleMania. Every time. But the person who made this channel made it on purpose. It's trolling. Oh my god. So it's called 10 WWE wrestlers who admitted to using steroids to enhance their body. Back in the day, people would not admit to using steroids because it was frowned upon and it was like a business move for them to say that you can accomplish these results by just working out. So they would sell their workouts or they will become a trainer to someone, and also just to make it sound like they worked extra hard to accomplish these results, which are unattainable, and they are results that your natural body would never be able to accomplish unless you're really like all you do is just eat, breathe, and work out. And even then, I don't know if that is even then possible. Like, in my opinion, at least, that's what I think.
Now, the topic of steroid use in pro wrestling, in particular WWE, has been a taboo subject for the past few decades. Unfortunately, steroid use was once rather common in wrestlers and pro athletes, but luckily this has since stopped in recent years.
That's good,
companies such as WWE have a rather strict wellness policy to ensure that their superstars aren't putting anything into their body that they shouldn't be. Over the years, a number of superstars have come forward and have actually admitted that they have had experimented or even relied on steroids at one stage of their career. But which wrestlers were they? Well, join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 WWE.
Oh my god, do you think it's Batista? Do you think it's John Cena? Do you think it's The Rock? Do you think it's Hulk Hogan? Do you think it's Brock Lesnar? Who do you think it is? Kane? Oh my god, who would it be? Like, I'm just thinking about the biggest people that I know the name of.
Superstars who admitted to steroid use. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists.
Subscribe to me too, please.
Number 10. Edge. However, this wasn't the same Edge that left in 2003. This new version of Edge was one of the most jacked superstars on the roster. Edge had gone from having an average physique to looking absolutely shredded. Fans speculated that foul play was at hand, and they were right. In a 2005 interview, the former WWE champion Edge admitted to using steroids on the TSN's Off the Record with Michael Landsberg. He claimed that he started using steroids after his neck surgery to see if it would make his recovery time quicker. Then in 2007, Edge was named...
Oh yeah, I just used it for my neck surgery so it can recover quicker, and accidentally I woke up and I got buffed muscles. I didn't expect that to happen. It just did, and so I rolled with it. Yeah, that was like the bad or negative effects from using them. Sorry.
In the infamous Sports Illustrated investigation on wrestlers using steroids, and this would end up getting Edge suspended from WWE for an extended period. Number 9. Lex Luger. Former WCW champion Lex Luger has been extremely open throughout his career on steroid use. Luger has admitted that he felt he needed to take them throughout his career because of certain pressures to look a certain way. Luger believed that if you didn't look like a bodybuilder, then you had no chance of succeeding at pro wrestling. To an extent, Luger was right, especially in the 1980s. Pro wrestling and WWE only seemingly pushed stars to the main event who had incredible physiques. Luger has actually helped out WWE with their wellness policy in the past, making sure that the policy is the best it can possibly be in ensuring that the WWE superstars remain drug-free. Number 8. William Regal. William Regal's 2005 autobiography, Walking a Golden Mile, offered some fascinating insight into the former European champion, in particular his steroid use.
Oh my god, actually, thinking about it, did any of WWE stars, or maybe even like any pro wrestling, doesn't have to be WWE, did they ever make a book? Like, did they talk about their career, how they ended where they ended, how much hard work they put into it, the bad, the negative, or the positive, pros, cons, stuff like that? Like, that would be interesting to read, you know?
The book, Regal admitted that he took steroids in his 20s, but he also believes there are no real long-term benefits of taking them, in particular when it comes to wrestling. Regal was notably named in the 2007 drug scandal along with other top WWE names. Then, just a year later, Regal would fail the WWE wellness policy whilst in the midst of the biggest sustained push of his WWE career. It was never revealed why Regal failed a wellness policy in 2008, so it would be unfair to officially claim it was for steroid use when it could have been for an entirely different drug.
Really?
Number 7. The Ultimate Warrior. Now, before we discuss the Ultimate Warrior and his steroid use, it's important to briefly discuss the 1994 steroid trial. The case revolved around WWE Chairman Vince McMahon and whether he was giving out steroids to his fellow superstars. McMahon was ultimately ruled to be not guilty, however, it was an extremely difficult period for McMahon and the WWE as a whole.
Oh my god, imagine actually blaming the boss to pressure his wrestlers and his stars to using steroids to look a certain way for fame. Oh my god, that is big drama. But also I feel like it is such an easy thing to do when you target big people and you go through lawsuits and courts and stuff so you can get some cash. People lie a lot, you know, even today when you hear a lot of these allegations. And I even with, like, for example, if you take Johnny Depp and the allegations of his abuse, how much he lost with his career, but how it all turned out to be completely wrong and the guy was innocent. Yeah, celebrities, it's so hard for them. Like, they really need to have good lawyers and they need to be protected, and all the time they have to be careful because they never know who can backstab them.
In relation to Warrior, Warrior would testify that himself and 85% of the WWE roster did steroids, and that he would actually go on to say that there were actual benefits from taking them. Even when Warrior retired, he maintained his position that there were some benefits to taking it, and in a 2008 interview, Warrior would state, "But let's face it, bodybuilding and wrestling are more circus-like. People want to see the freaks. The guys today are definitely gassed to the max. Wrestlers and bodybuilders. Have you ever picked up a bodybuilding magazine lately? They're like recipe books on how to end your life using steroids. And they have guys who've lost kidneys and had organ transplants writing the articles giving advice. Like ending yourself with the juice is a badge of honor?"
Honestly, I feel like with beauty standards, like me personally, I face a different image for beauty standards than people who are into bodybuilding. And for guys, like, it is always for them to be bigger, have more lean muscles, but also like big lean muscles, which is so hard. Like, it is almost impossible be that big but also be that lean. It means like you have to work out so much and eat so much, but eat like certain food and like lose as much fat as possible in your body. Like, a percentage of fat needs to be really low in order for the muscles to be seen. And that is not attainable. That is so hard. So people usually tend to go to such things like steroids and other drugs to be able to accomplish these results. And you have seen over and over and over again so many news about bodybuilders who died young, even though they had these awesome physiques that you would think that they are the strongest men alive, when in fact they were not. They were just using and abusing these drugs, which is so sad. And from my perspective, from my point of view, I'm not in that world as much. I'm in the other side of the world where people, influencers and women on the internet, they would use a lot of drugs like Ozempic and whatnot to lose weight, look skinnier, or use surgeries and enhancements to look a certain way that fits the beauty standards of the day. And that is so sad as well, because it's unbelievable how far people go to look a certain way, and it doesn't matter. They would endanger their health completely. They will die young just to look a certain way. I thought it's all about being healthy, and like good physiques or fitness people are the example of health, you know, like good diet, exercise, and having like a balanced lifestyle. I guess not anymore.
6. Ted DiBiase. Now, not every WWE superstar who has ever experimented with steroids makes it look obvious by massively changing their physiques. Sometimes superstars have experimented with it but have little to no change in their appearance. This was certainly the case with the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, who admitted that he took them during his WWE career. He stated in a 2010 interview with the Courier that, "I took steroids during my WWF career for a very short time. It should be obvious by looking at me that I didn't take them regularly because I was in good shape, but I was never massive. My strength was my ability to talk and my work in the ring. I always looked like an athlete, but I didn't look like Charles Atlas." DiBiase would continue to say, "The thing about the steroids was that I was always afraid of them, and I finally had the doctor tell me about the effects, and that warned me right off them. That was it for me with that stuff. The only other drug I took for a while was cocaine.
Whoa. Like, from one bad drug to another bad drug. But I need to say that good job to the doctor who told him. And I hope and wish that more doctors or more people who are around these wrestlers would influence them in a good way and let them know the bad effects. Show them. Literally show them over and over and over again about the bad effects before even asking them do they want to do it.
Doesn't sound like the $1 Million Man, but I stopped doing that because I was cheap. I didn't want to spend the money on it. Number 5, Mr. Kennedy. When the Chris Benoit tragedy took place in 2007, a number of WWE superstars appeared on television and radio shows to defend WWE after the negative backlash they were getting in the wake of the tragedy. One of these superstars who WWE allowed to appear in the media was Mr. Kennedy. In one of the interviews, Kennedy would admit that he had previously taken steroids, but the WWE's wellness policy managed to make him clean his act up. Shortly following Kennedy revealing this, he was named in the 2007 scandal, which ultimately forced WWE to suspend him. This made both Kennedy and WWE look like complete fools, as he had clearly lied, and this was an incredibly ill-advised move on behalf of the former United States champion. Number 4, Superstar Billy Graham. Superstar Billy Graham has a very archaic view on steroid use.
Why some wrestlers have the title of superstar while others don't? I never knew and never understand it. But the first person that I faced with that title was Edge, like Superstar R-rated or something like that, or Superstar R. I'm like, why that title? What does it even mean? I still don't know. Can somebody let me know in the comments?
Wrestling. He's notable for being the guy who often claims that smaller superstars such as Kofi Kingston and Adam Cole should take them in order to succeed in the business. He would claim at the steroid trial that he took steroids throughout his career, and that he actually claimed that he was forced to take them by WWE to maintain his position at the top of the card. In a 2003 interview with WWE Confidential, he claimed that he was the innovator of the steroid use in WWE, and that the reason for his testimony in the trial was strictly bitterness, and he claimed it had little to no merit. Number 3, The Rock. The Rock has, without a doubt, one of the most impressive physiques in the world. Although he is adamant that he is now drug-free, The Rock has admitted that he's actually tried steroids in the past. Speaking to MTV, he stated, "Me and my buddies tried it back in the day when I was 18 or 19.
I don't know. The fact that you even tried it. Well, to be fair, it was when he was 18 or 19. And what I remember back in the day, he was so much more slim. So maybe he did want to accomplish the physiques that he has nowadays, but he did it the wrong way. You know, when you're young, you're dumb, you do stupid things.
Know what we were doing. It's not as prevalent today in our sports as it was 10 years ago. But we have to recognize that a culture was created where it was okay to do that. And a lot of team managers, owners, players who didn't do it would turn the other cheek. We recognize that, and now we have to institute stronger penalties, which we are doing. Number 2, Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan was without a doubt the biggest name to testify in the 1994 trial. In the trial, Hogan revealed that he had done steroids and that he had taken them for 14 years of his career. Hogan would reveal that although he had taken it for 14 years, Vince McMahon had never supplied him with them, nor had he ever asked Hogan to take them. Following the trial, Hogan would noticeably shrink in size, and by the time Hogan joined WCW in the summer of '94, Hogan's incredible physique had virtually disappeared.
Incredible physique, you guys. See, it's almost impossible to constantly work that hard to have that physique. But which makes me wonder, The Rock nowadays looks so puffed. He looks so big, and he does work out a lot. He eats a lot, and you can even follow his workouts and his diet and stuff. Like he's really conscious about this, and he shares a lot. But makes me still wonder, how is it possible to look that way all year around? Maybe not all year. Maybe he has like bulking sections in his life and stuff like that. But he's constantly working in Hollywood movies, and you always see him top.
Hogan would go on to state in a 2003 interview, it was kind of a wave of what was the correct thing to do at the time. In the 70s, 80s, doctors would write you a prescription for a steroid. Every sport in the world was doing it. The mindset was that it was safer than taking sugar. I would tell kids to train, say their prayers, and take their vitamins, but it wasn't just vitamins I was taking. And number 1, The Undertaker.
Vitamins.
Over the past year...
Can I ask you one question? Was there a period of your life would you wake up and drink like a multivitamin every single day and expect that you will feel different, but you feel the same? I have these periods where like for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, every single day I drink vitamins, or I take multivitamin. I don't know. And then I feel like I feel the same. I don't feel any different. I don't feel any better. I really need to go a bit more in details with the vitamins to know, is it even necessary to take a multivitamin or a complex of all vitamins? I mean, maybe you should just go and test which vitamins are you deficient in and try to work on that one specifically instead of just taking multivitamin, which your body doesn't even need. One thing I know for sure that is really good, it's vitamin 3D, because I personally, my skin doesn't absorb 3D vitamin, which because I had problems with my sinuses, I know that, and I had to go through this procedure to fix it. And I have a prescription to like have to drink a 3D vitamin all the time, which is good for me. I do skip it all the time from time to time, but I should be drinking it every single day. And it does affect me better when I do. Like my breathing is better. Now I'm sick. I'm so sorry. That's why I'm speaking like this. But usually like I feel so much better because of the vitamin 3D. D3. What did I say? Now I'm confused. But you know which one I mean. The one that you get from the sun.
The Undertaker has finally allowed fans to learn more about the man behind the legendary character. Following the release of the acclaimed WWE Network series The Last Ride, The Undertaker would begin to make media appearances, and he would even appear on social media. In January of 2021, The Undertaker appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast, and during the appearance, The Undertaker revealed that he had previously done steroids. He would reveal that early on in his career, there was an inherent pressure to look a certain way, and this ultimately led to him experimenting with it. In the interview, The Undertaker would go on to offer praise towards WWE's wellness policy, noting how all guys in WWE are drug tested regularly, and that he would even add that he couldn't look as good as some of the guys on the current roster do currently, even with the assistance of roids. Remember, in this interview, all the admissions have come from the wrestlers themselves and are backed up with certain interviews. But there you have it, folks. 10 WWE superstars who had admitted to doing steroids. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Oh my god, that scared me! But yeah, that was such a good video, WrestleMania. Really good job, and thank you so much for allowing me to react to these videos and learn more about WWE. Without you, I would be clueless, so thank you so much. Go and check out his channel and check out his videos before you even check out any of my reactions, you guys. Only if you are interested in my reactions, stick around, and if you're interested in my videos, stick around, but also subscribe for more and like the video. And also, you guys, which is so helpful, is to go to the share button and copy the link. You don't have to share it anywhere, just copy the link in the share button down below, and that will help my channel tremendously. As I said, I did suspect from some of these wrestlers that they are using steroids, or they have at some certain point in their career, but others were shocking. I can't believe that John Cena is not on the list, even though he's one of the biggest wrestlers in my opinion, like the ones that I do know of, and he does look really puffed. But also keep in mind, he does look puffed, but it looks like he has a lot of fat on as well. Like he doesn't look like 0% fat or 2% or 6, whatever, I don't know. Like he doesn't look like he has a really low percentage of fat as well, so you kind of can think that it's from hard work. And can you believe it, like nowadays when we are watching wrestlers and how they look like, a lot of them look really good, but since this steroid topic has been very much out, and people are conscious about the bad and negative effect and about its usage, and a lot of these wrestlers, if not every single one of them, don't use it if they are in the pro wrestling scene, and still they look so good. And honestly, I feel like we physically are improving with every generation. Like today's people can, especially in sport, they can accomplish so much more than 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Like we are constantly pushing ourselves, and we are constantly improving, which is really good, but makes me think what is gonna happen in like 20, 30, 40 years from now. Where are we gonna be, right? But that is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like it, as I said, subscribe for more, and see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Cheers.